G'day Freo fans, welcome to your match committee, all thanks to Holdfast, your local supplier of hydraulic, hose and fittings. Sam Hargraves alongside the AFL Hall of Famer Terry Wallace, the Freo boys travelling to Manuka Oval in Canberra to take on the second place Giants. It's a big trip.
Yeah, hi Sam, and nice to be along again. Yeah, it is. Look, they're going along all right, Fremantle. I've been reasonably impressed with them. Last week they had real opportunity to be able to get a lot closer, and maybe even be able to pinch that game against the West Coast, and that was all with Fife out of the lineup. So this is a tough trip. I mean, Manuka Oval, Canberra, they don't lose very often up there, GWS, but big opportunity to just see exactly where you are 2 weeks against two very good sides.
Well, let's have a look at the ins and outs for both sides. The big one, Nat Fyfe, the skipper, comes back in. Schultz has been omitted, and for GWS, Haitley will make his debut. And unfortunately for the Giants, their skipper, Cal Ward, is out for the rest of the season with that injury. But the big one is Nat Fyfe coming back in for the Dockers plough. And will we see his former teammate Matt De Boer go to him as he has gone to all the big name mids this season? Yeah,
I think it's most likely that that'll be the case, and it'll be interesting to see how Nat is. Is he right at the top of his game with a week off? Sometimes, it does take a couple of weeks. It can be a little bit clunky coming back first up, but look, he's a star of the game, and you'd expect him to get right back into it. And it will be fascinating that duel and sort of see how that plays out. We've had a lot of talk this week. Jesse Hogan, does he play forwards? Obviously selected in the side as a forward, but I still look at them and go, Hogan, Taberner, McCarthy, all down that forward structure. I can understand why they've looked at him and sort of suggested that he perhaps could play up the back end. He did as a under-18, so we'll watch that with real genuine interest.
For the Giants, they've been boosted during the week by Jacob Hopper, re-signing for another few years at the club. This is how they'll line up on Saturday. Well, this is how they've been named for Saturday's game. How are you liking the Giants so far this season?
Oh, they've been very good, apart from the game against the West Coast Eagles, where they sort of lowered their colours fairly significantly. That game, they've been pretty impressive, you'd have to say. Got a lot of depth through the middle of the ground. That's where they were able to beat Geelong last week, and that'll be the real challenge for Freo in this particular game. Last week with the injury to Ward, I thought that really put steel into them for that game. Sometimes you just flatten off a little bit, so that's marginal opportunity there for Fremantle as well.
Interesting matchup too, the master versus old apprentice. Shane Mumford going up against Rory Lobb in the ruck. It's going to be an interesting duel.
It will be a fascinating duel to sort of see the young gun, whether he wants to sort of show that he's the man nowadays that can get the job done in that position. So it'll be interesting because he'll want to be on his game, because the one thing about Shane Mumford, he's damn tough.
All right, Terry Wallace, how does this game play out? Can the Freo Dockers steal one over at Manuka, which has come a bit of a fortress for the Giants?
Oh, look, I think you've got to pick GWS in the game, but as I sort of said, Fremantle inside the top 8. I mean, they've had two really good sides 2 weeks in a row, so it opens up for them after this week. So all they have to be is really competitive in these games. Clearly they want to have a win, but then opportunity presents itself. So they're around the mark where they need to be to really have an assault over the next month.
Thank you, Plough, and thank you, Freo fans. That is your match committee, all thanks to Holdfast, your local supplier of hydraulic hose and fittings. Enjoy the weekend's footy, and we'll see you again soon.